So Redbubble's getting greedy, and a lot of people are really upset about that, and some of them are even being displaced, meaning they're having their accounts totally banned, and now they have no idea what to do next. Of the multitude of ways that you can go about creating a print-on-demand business for your art or your design projects, there are some that are easy, some that are not so easy, some that give you true independence, and some of them that get you a little bit shackled. And since I've got so much free time on my hands, not really, I've decided I'm going to go ahead and start a from-scratch print-on-demand business where I design an entire product line, get it up and running, show you everything I've done, and then you can watch me the entire process. Hi, I'm Dave and I make things, and you're probably going, that sounds awesome, Dave. I can't wait to watch that video. What? Hold on. It's gonna be more than one video because I couldn't possibly do it justice in just one video. So we're going to walk through this whole thing over several videos. I'm gonna show you every single step of the way because I feel like there's an opportunity here. First, there's an opportunity to demystify this whole process for people who feel like they are too intimidated by having like a Printify account and then coupling that with a Shopify or a Squarespace or whatever other e-commerce platform you decide to use. Some people are very intimidated by that whole process. They think it's going to be too expensive. They think it's going to cost too much money. They think it's going to take too much time. So if I show you everything I would do to get that started, well, then I think there's plenty of opportunity for you to do the same. There are other guys here on YouTube who will talk about print on demand and tell you about all the things that you should do, but they will never show you exactly what they are doing. Never show you what shop they have built. Never show you what products they have made. They might imply it. They might make some sort of suggestion or direction towards another similar site. There's this kind of level of mystery where you don't really know what's involved and how they are doing with their particular shop. They do this because they don't want to share all their secrets and have you turn around and chase after their dream and do a similar site that does the kind of the same thing and then go ahead and take all their market share away. But there's something I know about you, or at least some of you, that you probably already know yourself, but you're too scared to admit it. And that something is that most of you will probably never take action on any of this. Yes, I just called you out. I hope you prove me wrong. Like I said, I'm doing this 100% from scratch. Like, I don't even know exactly what it is I'm going to be making just yet, but we're going to talk about that. I don't have any designs made. I don't have any shop built. I don't have anything done. We're going to do this from the ground up so that you could learn at a steady pace and actually go take action on some of these things. Yeah, I'm looking at you because I know that some of you are not going to do a thing about it, even though you might tell yourself, yes, Dave, I'm in. I'm 100% going to do it. And some of you just won't. And if you don't, that's okay. But if you do, then come along for the ride because this is going to be, I want to say awesome, but it's also going to be a lot of work. I can't make any promises that I will actually be entertaining. I'm going to do my best to make this as fun and interesting as I possibly can. I'm hoping, I've got my fingers crossed, that you'll actually enjoy the videos and then maybe share them with everybody that you know that wants to do the same. The only thing I can guarantee is that we will finish. Before we even begin, it's a good idea for us to have at least a reasonable game plan so that we at least know what direction we're heading. Now, I've had many different print-on-demand accounts and I've built many different websites with it, but I still have my own plan here. It's a very simple one. I really just wrote this down so that I can share it with you. Like I said, I don't exactly know what kind of shop I'm gonna build just yet. I kind of have some thoughts, some inklings about the direction I want to head, but I want to do a little bit of research. So I need to research a niche. Once I do find a niche, I'm going to try and come up with a unique name and or URL so that I have something that not only is interesting and kind of relates the idea of that niche, but also has good quality SEO factors involved. Once I have the name established, then I can start building a style around that niche. Once I have a niche and a name, I'm gonna start thinking about style, and I'm also gonna be thinking about what type of products do I want to feature in this particular shop. It's not all gonna be just t-shirts and mugs. I'm gonna be looking deeper at other different product types that might really work well, not just because I want to have a big product catalog, because I really don't. I actually want to start a little small, but I want to have products in there that have a good profit margin because I want to be able to continue doing this thing. I don't want to just kind of nickel and dime my way through to success. Once I do figure out what products I do want to feature, then I'm going to go find the print provider that can handle those projects. For what it's worth, I pretty much already know what print provider I'm going to use. I use Printify. That's it. That's all what I use. I use Printify because they are my favorite. They do the best work. I've just been really satisfied with them. But we'll get into that more later in the future. And of course, once I have all this other stuff established, then I can say, hey, let's go figure out what e-commerce solution I'm going to choose. Now, if you know me, you know what e-commerce solution I'm going to choose, but it's not necessarily the best one for you. We'll probably talk about all the different e-commerce solutions available to you, which ones are the most cost-effective, which ones have the best products, and which one is just going to work best for whatever it is that you want to do with your work. Once the shop's all built, we have all the products in the shop, and then we're going to have to figure out how to market it and get it into the hands of people that actually want to buy something from us, even though they've never met us before in their life. That means social media and email lists and advertising and whatever kind of word of mouth that we can establish with our brand so that we can start bringing in sales in different ways in order to get that make the whole project worthwhile. And the most important reason of all of this, of course, is to give the old double deuce to companies like Redbubble and Teepublic and Etsy and whoever else it is that's trying to take the extra dollar bills out of our wallet after we've already earned them. Now, I was going to leave it right there and just say, hey, I'll see you next week. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and move forward. I'm going to go ahead and find out what niche it is I'm going to serve. I'm not going to lie to you. I have at least a couple of ideas that I think I want to tap into. But before I do that, I want to do a little bit of research. And I'm going to use our friend ChatGPT to answer some questions. You may have your thoughts on ChatGPT, but I'll tell you what, it is one hell of a research tool, and if you haven't tried it, you should try it. In fact, you should try it for this very reason, because I guarantee you we're going to get some really interesting results. Imagine you're a retail entrepreneur and you're looking to start a new clothing and merchandise brand. You want to serve a community that has a large and loyal fan base that loves to spend money on merchandise about their favorite hobby. This niche should be accessible to buyers with discretionary income and not considered luxury. With all that information, name 10 different hobbies or niches that you would consider building a retail brand around. Now, I'm not going to read all of these out. If you want to read this, you can pause the video right now and just read through it on your own, but basically you can see it says gaming, music, sports, travel, fitness, cooking, art, photography, DIY, and outdoors. Now, of course, these topics are very broad, and so we would probably want to niche down a little bit more, but there's also a few here that I probably don't want to have. I'm not going to do. As much as I like to play video games with my kid, I don't know if I have enough connection to it to actually make something out of that. I love music, but I don't know how to play it. Sports is an idea, but I've never really been a big sports person. So I don't know if I'm going to have the passion for it to continue on over time. I love travel, so that's a possibility. Fitness, I like going to the gym, but I'm not a gym rat, and I don't exactly fit the model of a fitness freak, you know what I mean? I like to cook, but I'm not passionate about it. I definitely like art, but the one thing that I've learned about catering to the art community is sometimes they don't like to spend money. Photography's an interesting one. I like taking pictures, but I don't think I'm good enough yet to actually capitalize on that with a business. DIY is cool. I like to build things. I like to make things, but I don't really have a great vision for what DIY would look like. And also, those people, again, they're not big spenders. Outdoors is definitely interesting because I live in Southern California where we spend a lot of time outdoors. I don't go camping a ton, but when I do, I definitely have fun, and I definitely like to go to the beach, so this is definitely an option. But if I narrow these down to the two that I'm most interested in, at least on this list right here, it's definitely going to be travel and outdoor. Now I got to figure out, what am I going to do with that? I want to do something a little bit interesting. I don't want to be cliche. I want to do something that's more progressive. My designs are going to be more progressive. The ideology behind it's going to be a little bit off kilter, and I will talk more about that in the next video because I definitely have some research to do before I can talk about it more. And so now you're probably getting to this video like, Dave, how could you possibly have the time to do all this? Well, to be honest with you, I've got some free time. It's not a lot of free time, but I've got some free time, and I've been wanting to dabble into this area a little bit for a while. I mean, yes, I'm still making art, and I've got a lot of art projects that I want to get to, and if you want me to talk about those, all you got to do is go down in the comments and say, Dave, please talk about your art projects still. I will get to those, but I definitely want to do this because I know that there's plenty of people who have already come to this channel looking for salvation, looking for something that says this is the way. I honestly don't know if I'm going to have the exact answer for you, but hopefully some of what we go through to do this whole thing will inspire you to make something for yourself and not be intimidated by the process. That's really the most important thing about all of this. Don't be scared. Jump head first, feet first. You can jump any way you want as long as you jump forward into whatever it is, the project that you want to build, because listen, Redbubble is not the answer. Etsy is not the answer. None of these other companies are the answer. But if you want the answer, then, hang out here. And if you want to hang out here longer because you can watch more videos, then you can watch this one that might help you along the way. All right, that's it, guys. I've been Dave. You've been awesome. I'll see you next time.